Friday, April 25th. I'm your host, Nick Houston, also known as Tigos132. Joining me, as always, Joshua Dabney, also known as Beast21, aka Desert Anomaly, aka Married to the Navy.
What's up, guys? And yes, we aren't dead, even though it's been a month.
We here. We real.
We
I don't
still
think it's
real.
been quite a month, but it's
ain't
up
ghosting
there.
it.
It was close. It was like I had to change the month and the day on this thing, and it was I got to leave the 2 on the day. It was almost a month. Also joining me, Brad Coleman, aka Zeismiller, aka Grumpy Babyface.
What's going on, guys? It's a little bit early out here in Hawaii, but I'm ready to do the podcast, so let's do it.
Actually, I still think it's like 5 p.m. over there, 4:30 or something.
It's 4:30, but I'm on nights right now, so it's different.
You a bitch. Speaking of bitches, Coleman, what have you been doing this week in League?
Well, I definitely played some League.
the last month, I guess.
Yeah, the last month, I guess. I know that we have not played on our threes team at all in this last month. So I think we qualified Silver 5 when we qualified. So we haven't played at all. And I logged on the other day and it was like, by the way, your threes team got bumped down to Bronze 1. So I was like, oh, cool. Time to delete that.
Yeah. I forgot that our threes team even existed. So
yeah, it was fun for a while when we played it. But we just haven't played it at all recently.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, I played a few normals with Dabney over the last few weeks, and I played a solo queue ranked last night, and I didn't do bad, but we ended up losing, and I remembered why I fucking hate solo queue so goddamn much. So
It's pretty rough.
well, I mean,
Hey,
basically what happened was the guys were fighting over nobody wanted to support. And I was like, you know what? It's my first game back in like a week and a half, 2 weeks on ranked. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give these guys a shot. These guys could really be some upstanding players. So you know what? I'm going to go support.
mistake number 1.
Yeah. As I click, and luckily I clicked Nidalee. So I clicked Nidalee and hit lock in. And as I do it, the guy that was bitching about how he doesn't have any support champs picks Janna and locks her in. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. So I ended up having to go mid. Yeah, but I think I played a Yasuo. But I didn't do bad. I think I ended up like 8-6, so I died a lot, but we ended up losing just because they had a fucking massive front line. I just could not spear past their front line to hit their carries. So I was pretty much useless the entire game. It was pretty real.
That'll happen.
Yasuo has that effect on Nidalee.
He does. He a bitch. Dabney, what have you accomplished in the last month in League?
I've been keeping it too real in League. Man, I've been jungling a lot. Honestly, I haven't played support in probably a month. I've just been strictly doing jungling, and specifically more recently, I watched a video that Trick2G made, and he was like, oh, this is how you Xin Zhao jungle. It's super easy. And he's like, all you do is you get runes for attack speed and cooldown reduction. And then once you get in the game, you rush the new item, the Feral Flare, and build your stacks as fast as you can. Don't gank, don't mess with lanes, just kill all the big monsters until you get your, at that time it was 25 stacks, but now it's 30. And then you go out and you just obliterate everything. So I started doing that. The first game, I was like 21-3. It was retarded. Like as soon as you come out of the jungle with that Feral Flare, like, you just kill everything in, like, 3 shots with Xin Zhao. Because you can just gain so much ground, knock him up, and then it's pretty much over. Because the attack speed that you have for your runes. So, I've just been playing Xin Zhao, like, back to back to back. It's been steamrolling everybody.
He's real.
It's been real. Except when I play Coleman. And then, somehow, I get destroyed.
It's all about that. I don't know. It's because I'm bringing in all these high skill level champions.
I think not.
My elo just brings us up to like Diamond 27.
Quality players in the mix.
I think if you actually said Diamond 27 and like divided by 5 and shit, it'd be like bronze.
There you go.
No, but I've just been doing a lot of jungling. I played a couple games of ranked, just maintaining, just getting like a few points here and there. But I don't know. I haven't really been focusing on support that much, so been trying to get that jungling up to par so I can maybe play that in ranked a little bit.
I've kind of had hunkering to play League a little bit lately. Because I haven't been playing a lot, so I kind of miss it. So I might play a lot this week and try and see if I can get out of silver. Maybe. If all the stars align.
Yeah.
Just play Soraka. Stars hear me.
Yeah. She's actually a pretty strong mid champ right now.
Yeah. No, fuck you, and like he just runs out of the jungle and kills me.
I saw Cloud9 take her mid and stuff. It wrecked.
Pretty real.
It was retarded because they just get a fucking team fight and he'd heal everything. It was ridiculous. Well,
Yeah.
for me,
What about you?
I don't even think I played League since the last podcast.
I know every time we get on, we're like, hey, we're going to play some League. You want to play? Nah, I don't feel like it. Nah, I think I'm going to sit this one out. I'm like, all right.
I got like really discouraged last time I played it, so I'm like, I'll just take a break for a while. But now I'm like getting involved in other games and stuff. And so I'll be playing like a bunch, my huge backlog of other games that I fucking have. Plus, when I'm not doing that, I'm usually studying because finals and shit are coming up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, speaking of which, speaking of final, dude, I just missed. Apparently, I missed the sign up for the fall semester out here by literally like 3 days. Yeah, fall semester signups are for University of Hawaii are already over, and I was just like, what the fuck? So I have to wait until spring semester. But I might end up while I'm out here. I might end up just doing an associate's at like a community college because they're a little bit more relaxed, and I'll just transfer it up to U of H. But that's off topic, so ignore that.
It don't matter.
Make sure it's regionally accredited.
Yep, it is. It's actually really nice out here. They all run the same system, so there's no like just fucking little nitpicking at each other. Like, well, we don't fucking observe your shitty scumbag college, so we're not going to accept those credits. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like,
dude, I remember I tried to transfer a credit that I had done while I was in the Navy, like an online course, and they were like, oh, well, this course is only 3 hours and our course is 4 hours, so we're not going to be able to transfer this over. I'm like, it's the exact same thing. And they're like, nope, sorry, we don't accept it because it's a 3-hour course and ours is a 4-hour. I was like, that is so stupid. Like, are you serious?
Hey, man, if you don't pay for the class, how are they going to get money?
It's all about the money.
The Illuminati triangles.
Everywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think I've played a single game of League in like a month. So
yeah,
we should try and do some sort of project with League.
Well, I want to.
I would
recommend
we do like we restart Champions and try and get Olsen to play, but that's not going to work. Like, or not Champions, but accounts.
We have those other accounts.
Yeah,
I know.
we tried that already.
That's what I'm saying. I said we should, but it's failed in the past. So it's just
it's not the level that matters. It's that I'm not gonna say good at the game. We're more knowledgeable of the game than Olsen, and we're
at a higher skill level than somebody.
We're better than Olsen. Yeah, so we just get thrown in with like other Smurf accounts, and then Olsen, who still has no idea how to play League, is like, guys, what are buttons? I hate this game.
He just gets so discouraged.
Like
the best part.
All 6 buttons.
The best part is the fact that like when he fucks up, we just kind of like try not to laugh at him, but we still laugh at him, and we don't mean it in like a hateful way. If you're listening, Olsen, we're just trying. Like it's just funny to us because we have done the same fucking stupid ass mistakes.
Well, when we all play together, we all make fun of each other a lot. We're just like, you fucking idiot, you came out at the wrong time, you dumbass. And like, if we do that to Olsen, he's like, well, fuck it, I'm not playing anymore.
You guys are my friends.
So when Olsen plays, we just be like, good job, Olsen.
Yeah,
like you're doing great, Olsen.
Like, Olsen, use your ultimate right now. Use it. And he's like, I know to fucking quit.
He'll just like shoot it off to the side into a bush if he's a Sona or something. Like oh, good job, man. Good timing. Just
like,
not
patient. Fuck you. Fuck this game. This game sucks. Like I don't know.
It's like, I know you guys are just making fun of me.
I would try not to. He can't handle the stress of League.
We're all just like covering our fucking mouths like.
Olsen's like, cool, I'm dead again. Why the fuck do I keep dying?
He's like,
It's like-
cool game, guys. I'm
We
dead
give him a
again.
legit explanation. He's just like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy.
It's like Olsen, you can't do that. You're gonna die every time. Fuck this game. This is so stupid. It doesn't make any
It's
sense.
like, Olsen,
can't
you don't
play
have
how
any
I want
boots,
to.
and you hit. What was when he was playing Sona? He would get like all his runes and shit. Like I went on his count to like mess with stuff for him, and like all his runes, he didn't have any armor or magic resist runes. It was all like mana regeneration. So he had like fucking 10 armor, no health, and like he would go and get hit like 2 times by the fucking ADC at level 1, almost be dead. So like
I just remember.
that coupled with the items that he would get, he'd have like mana regen runes, and then he'd have like
mana regen items.
mana
Well,
regen items.
he was never thirsty.
He would still run out of fucking mana because he didn't understand that you don't have to use heal and shit when people are like full health. You don't always have to hit buttons. And he'd be like, why am I always out of mana? And it's like, I can't just be like, because you're fucking an idiot. Like, he would get mad and leave.
I just remember when we were playing one time. It was all 4 of us playing. And I was playing mid, and I was in some fucking intense situation where I wasn't even paying attention to the fucking map. And I think, Houston, you were running down as jungle at a gank. You're like, I'm coming, guys. And Dabney's like, Olsen, don't do that. Like, all of a sudden, Houston's just like, hey, man, I'm coming, just hold on. And Olsen just goes,
Help!
Like, I don't even remember what the fuck was happening. Also, was just like, help! Like he couldn't get the words out of his mouth except for help. Like it was like the most pathetic, sad thing. Like, oh, Olsen.
I just imagine like a little bitty girl crying in the corner. She's just like, help!
I don't
It's
think
like,
I've laughed that hard in a long time.
It reminded me of when we were walking across a street one time, and like I was out of the street, and Olsen like seized up in the middle of the road because a fucking truck was coming. I'm like, Olsen! I'd like grab him, pull him out from the fucking in front of the truck. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
He froze with fear.
He's just like, I don't know, man. I just froze up. Like,
I didn't even know that was a real thing.
I'm just like, just get out of the way.
Jesus Christ. Those survival instincts are real. Is that all you got for this week, man?
Yeah, I haven't done shit. So let's move in. Let's move in to the patch notes.
Sounds good.
Now, since our last podcast, we did have patch 4.5, which was a big patch, but since it's been so long since that it's came out, we won't even bother going over it because you guys have probably fucking either looked at it yourselves, played and figured out what's going on, or listened to some other podcast that's told you. But now, patch 4.6 came out, so perfect timing. And we can go over
hit it right on the money.
Yeah, patch 4.6. So, first things first. They've just announced for top lanes that because there's the pretty much trifecta of top lane is strong, which is like Mundo, Shyvana, and Renekton, plus a few others like Lee Sin and Jackson, whoever else they throw in there. They're saying they're all strong, but instead of buffing them, we're going to buff all the other top laners. So try to match their strength.
This is kind of promising for me. I mean, I'm just tired of seeing the same fuckers top lane like every single game.
That's like every season though. There's always like a meta.
Yeah, but it's at least like 5 champions. Now it's literally just 3. One of them's banned and the other 2 are played. Or if 2 of them are banned, then it's like whoever doesn't get the one that's in the trifecta is like, oh fuck, I guess I'll lose my lane.
Well, I mean that happens with like the other lanes too. Like look at supports and stuff. It's Leona, Morgana, and I can't think of the other Thresh. Yeah, pretty much. And if you're not one of those,
I don't know. I think
you're out of the meta.
I don't think that's as stacked against you as top lane is. I think top lane's like a huge issue right now. Yeah, like
it is.
I personally don't like the playstyle of top lane, so I don't play it. So it just annoys the fuck out of me when I see a super fucking big Renekton just running down and just beating the shit out of everything. I'm just like, cool fucking game, man.
It's because top lane's like an island that you don't have to worry about anything, you know? It's like you're up top, the other top laner is going against you, and you're both almost ignoring each other half the time to just get creeps, and sometimes a gank happens. And but most, like, you don't really have to worry. Like, if you're mid, you don't have to worry about, a gank coming in from either side. And, like, bot, you don't have to worry about, suddenly a fucking third person comes out or someone's, like, they're taking dragon or some shit. You don't have to worry about that shit. So you just get to focus on your creep score.
That's also like the NA and EU meta right now. That's just like, it's like, okay, just top does this thing, and I know we've talked about this in our older podcast, but it's pretty much top just does their thing and nobody fucks with them. Because like if you watch like the Koreans and the Chinese, dude, they are just like moving constantly, and they'll like swap bot and top lanes and shit. Like they're always, it's so dynamic with their games. Maybe.
Well, yeah, the Asian teams are definitely different. This is definitely not aimed at the Asian teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's the NA-EU meta where, one person top, one person mid, 2 bot, and a jungle.
What I'm getting at is maybe I should, when I play, instead of like ganking bot lane as a mid, maybe I should try and gank top lane and try and get something rolling up there. Try it out, see how it works.
Well, the thing with top lane and ganking top lane is usually you're only going top lane if you have an escape and you have sustain and things like that. That's why Renekton's so strong. He's got damage, he's got dash to get in, 1 to get out, he's got a hard stun, a CC that also does damage, and he's got his ult, so if he hits level 6 and you try to tower dive him, he can even hit his ult and get more health. And he's really hard to gank. Mundo, once he hits 6, is hard to gank. Trundle's hard to gank once he hits 6. Like, basically, if you're going top, it's someone who can take care of themselves and be able to get out situations by themselves without needing help from other lanes. The only exceptions are like Mundo, like pre-6, stuff like that.
Well, because I remember when Nidalee used to be a terror top because she had so much sustain, but now she's just too squishy. Like it's literally, it's just like, let me pick the tankiest champ that I can find that still does a lot of damage. And just like, like that's like personally for me, I fucking hate that. I hate that kind of play style in any kind of game that I play. It's just like they're they're auto attack champs where it's just, let me just pick a really tanky champ and just fucking get by. I just hate that shit.
Well, I mean, it's not really about auto attacking. Like if you were Jax, I'd say yeah, but I mean with Renekton, none of your stuff's like auto attacks except you hit creeps to be able to get your rage bar full, but then you're using your abilities. And the same with, Trundle's not, he's kind of auto-attacking, but you have, your pillar and stuff comes out in a lot of play. And
I guess I just look at it as, like, coming from mid, I'm just, I'm used to being able to kite somebody, and if I can out-kite somebody and kite them long enough to do enough damage, then I can beat them. But with, like, a top champ, they're so fucking tanky that I just have to run. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Top lane's one of my favorite roles because I like being the guy who just goes in and fucking starts fighting people. So that's like one of my play styles. But at the same time, top lane is kind of a problem right now where it can get to be like the strongest lane in the game. Like because there's such an importance, like an emphasis on like the front line and tanks right now, where if you can get somebody that can jump into the other team and have them all focus on you and then make it out alive, or be able to at least blow somebody up while you're in there, you have a way higher ability to win the team fight than just like if you had a squishy top.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about solo queue, like anybody who, probably 20 or 30% of the time, a team won't even pick a tank. And so you don't have anybody to tank for you. Yeah. So that's what makes it really strong, I think.
Yeah, and if you're on one of those teams that don't have a tank and you're playing against a team that does have a tank, you're going to have a fucking hard time because they're probably going to win.
You almost have to win the game in like the first 20 minutes. And with the way that like solo queue is right now, nobody is on the same page. Nobody's like, I just want to win. They're all like, let me farm up and get strong. And
they're like, I want to
be the hero.
I want to
like, shut the fuck up, man.
I want to snowball. And then when we lose, and I can be like, guys, I was 20-4. How'd we lose? It's like, I don't know, probably because you were fucking fiddlesticks top or some shit.
All right.
Fiddlesticks top.
Let's jump down this list.
Okay, let's go down the list. Some changes to champions. Aatrox. There was a bug where sometimes he would heal on his second attack instead of his third. And I can't remember which game it was or who was playing, but there was a EU game in the LCS where this bug happened, like in the game, and like I'm pretty sure it made them lose the game because he was healing off every second attack, and they paused the game. They're like, he's healing off every fucking second attack.
This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, they're like, that's not supposed to happen. And there was a huge fucking thing because the person was like, didn't ask them if they wanted to restart the game when he was supposed to ask if they wanted to. So they didn't know they could ask to have the game restart and shit. So they just had to play on. And it made them lose the next game, and they blamed it on, like, the match where this happened because they were fucking demoralized. And there's a whole fucking thing that went on with just this bug. So I guess they fixed that.
What teams were these?
I can't remember the teams. It was like a month and a half or 2 months ago in the LCS, the EU LCS. But so
no, it's
I
EU.
guess
It doesn't matter. NA greater than EU. Revolutionary War.
Proven.
ABD.
Historical
that
fact.
shit in chat is so fucking funny, man. You get onto any sort of LCS, and one of my favorite things to do is whenever a EU player makes a single fucking mistake, I'll just say NA greater than EU. And everybody's like, no, the EU's still good, but jerks and blah, blah, blah. Just gets people riled up so fast.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I've even gotten to the point to where I'll say EU's greater than NA sometimes when I see like an NA team fuck up just to watch everybody just jump to the defense of NA. I'm just like, baited.
Baited and outplayed. I like to go on the Twitch chat and just like I'll see them like EU greater than NA, and I'll be like NA greater than World War II greater than EU.
NA 2-time world champion.
And then Twitch chat is like, shut up, like it's great. Anyway, also Gragas, some changes to Gragas. There was a big change to Gragas in 4.5. They pretty much, without just going over the changes, I'll just say he went from like one of the best mid lanes to I think he had the lowest win rate in the game.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, to fucking dead.
What did they do to him in 4.5 again? Did they reduce some of his
they reduced
numbers?
his damage and stuff.
I haven't played him, that's why I'm asking.
They reduced the damage of his ult. It's his Q. It does the same damage, I think, but it does low damage, and then you have to like throw it out and let the barrel sit there for 2 seconds, and the longer it sits there, it starts to do more damage. So you can't just throw it out and hit somebody with it anymore. Or you can, but it's less useful. His W was changed where it doesn't regenerate mana anymore, and it doesn't give you a permanent buff to attack damage. Now it's like you drink and it gives you a buff to your max HP, or it heals some of your max HP, which can activate like every 8 seconds, I think. And your next auto attack after using it does extra magic damage. And your body slam, your E, is kind of the same thing, but they got rid of the AD scaling on it and increased the AP scaling on it, and now it's got like a knockback effect.
Oh,
so
play him.
Yeah, he's a lot different now. And so basically his new combo is you have to start your Q behind somebody, W, and then body slam them into your barrel and then blow it up is his new combo. But it's so fucking hard to hard to pull off and get the positioning for that it's fucking almost impossible unless you're really good.
Yeah.
So that's why his win ratio just took a fucking nosedive. But now they're trying to buff him just a little bit. So now his Drunken Rage, it would slow you down while you're doing it, channeling your W. And now with this patch, they got rid of the slow. So now you just move while you can channel your W to get that next auto attack. Okay. And also his Body Slam, they changed the cooldown. They made it 12 seconds at all levels. And it used to be 12
seconds. That's a good change. If he's been nerfed with his damage, he's just more mobile now.
Yeah. And with 4.5, I don't want to say he's nerfed rather than he's just changed. Like, you can't play him like Gragas used to be played. Like, two-shotting people.
Yeah, he's not as, like, instant gratification success kind of deal. It's more like you gotta strategize more than anything, it seems like.
Yeah. But, like, the problem that I had with him is, like, we want to make him, like, a frontline mage kind of thing, which is, one, not the meta at all right now. It's people who can, like, one-shot somebody from a distance. And he doesn't have the fucking... They took down his damaged, but he still has like the same HP and shit. So he can't burst somebody like he used to, and he can't jump in the fight because he can get blown up too fast, and he can't build health, or he has even less damage.
You said all the damage coefficients are based off of AP for all of his abilities now, like even his body slam.
Yeah,
so he wouldn't even benefit from like a Lich Bane as much as like attack damage.
I think he would.
Yeah, well, with his W and stuff, I think he does kind of benefit from a Lich Bane now. So his W does a lot of damage now. It's one of his main damage abilities.
Oh, okay.
So that's different. Anyway, Caston, also different. They're like, we're happy with Caston's direction as a high mobility mana-fueled Void Mage, but he's a little under-equipped for the job. Old Caston could survive by blowing up targets.
Never thought I'd hear that.
Yeah, yeah. Old Caston could survive by blowing up targets, but since the rework put more emphasis on his mobility in close combat, he's had some problems sticking around the fight. These changes are to give Cast more opportunities and rewards when he rift walks into the fray. So they've increased his movement speed by 10, and he gets a lot more mana per level. It was 45, now it's 70. And also,
I think the big issue is the amount of... They just upped his fucking coefficients for his damage, which the whole reason everybody hated Caston was because he could literally kill you in like 3 seconds while you were silenced and couldn't do anything. And I'm afraid that I know that he doesn't have a silence anymore, but these damage coefficients, I don't have the numbers from prior to his nerf, but this is a pretty significant upgrade. I think his Q, his Null Spear, is going from 0.3 ability power to 0.8, so that's over double the bonus ability power.
They've buffed the base damage and the AP ratio.
Right. And also with his Nether Blade is actually increased just a little bit on the coefficients. And
also his base damage and AP ratio. So they've given him a buff to his damage and some of his mana and his movement speed. Which was one of those things where they're like, all right, Caston's too strong. He's fucking always banned. And if he's not banned, he's played. Yeah. So, but then they nerfed him, and he was completely fucking useless.
Yeah.
Because his strength was he would be able to fucking get in, silence, do a lot of damage, then escape unharmed by the time the silence wore off. So they got rid of silence, and they're like, well, now he's fucking useless. Now they're increasing the damage. And I don't know if it'll be too much or not. Maokai got a buff. Or actually, it's not a buff. They fixed one of his many fuck-ups. So, his slow value now matches the tooltip. It was lower than what it was supposed to be, and now it's fixed. So, Maokai is now as strong as he's supposed to be, which is still not at all.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Guys, you can do like 200 damage with a sapling. It only takes half your mana. You want to use Maokai? No.
No.
Not
at all.
Okay.
You guys play Rengar at all?
I played him a couple of times after 4.5. I'm just not good with Rengar.
I think it's one of those champions you got to kind of like look at his item build is a big part of playing Rengar.
Yeah, I have not played Rengar since he's been released, pretty much. Because he was super strong, and then they nerfed him, and I'm like, okay, he's done. And then I never played him again.
Well, patch notes say that he's getting a damage buff.
Yeah, there was a rework in Rengar on 4.5. Like, they made his bowling stuff a skill shot, and they changed that tooth thing he has. I can't think of the name of the item.
Bone tooth or whatever it is?
Bone tooth necklace, yeah. It's a trinket now. So it's basically a trinket with some passive stats on it.
Yeah,
so
it's like his passive stats, because before you had to buy the item.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's just like a trinketed item where you don't have to use up a slot for it.
Right.
And it's used as a totem as well.
Yeah. But so, aside from the 4.5 changes, his savagery was increased. The attack speed for it that you get after you use it was increased by 40%. So, yeah. So, attack speed increased by 40%, and bonus damage has been buffed as well. So that does more damage. So that's good because his Q, being able to fucking stealth in and do a bunch of damage, was like his only fucking good thing. And then they fucking nerfed it and he couldn't do it, so he was useless. So maybe this will make him come back a little bit. And that's bonus damage to the hunt. And now only Thrill of the Hunt, his ultimate, now only appears if enemies would be able to see Rengar out of stealth. So it doesn't alert
basically
them.
what it would do is, when he would hit his ult, like you'd get an exclamation point above your head to know that he just ulted. Everyone on the map would get it. And everyone knew, like even if you were bot lane, he did it top lane, like, oh, he just ulted. But now it's only if you can see him do you see the little exclamation point.
Yeah, so if you're hiding in a
Stealth.
bush when you stealth, or you're in fog of war or something like that, the exclamation won't show up. So good, because that was fucking dumb what they did with that.
Yeah, that was.
All right, Rumble. Changing
Where
Rumble.
was this
stuff.
change when I was playing Rumble on Earth? Because I
Earth?
needed every
This change is pretty
Rumble
serious.
was
Hang on,
the worst champion to pick on Earth. I don't know why you did it, just because you got that
'Cause-
skin.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. I was trying to think why I did it. Yeah. Well, I mean, skins obviously make you better. So.
Yeah, but when you have fucking no mana cost and
And
all
absolutely
your stuff's
no
on a super cooldown.
idea how to play a champion whatsoever.
well, not even that, just because the cooldown thing was reduced, you're constantly burned out on Rumble. So it was like the worst champion to pick in Earth.
Yeah.
But anyway, his scrap shield is W. Danger zone shield bonus went from 25 to 50%, and movement speed bonus went from 25 to 50%. So
They
made
both did. Same
buffed
thing
his
for
W.
his E as well.
his E danger zone damage bonus went from 50, and slow bonus went to 50 from 25%.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Because that's like Rumble's main attack is that harpoon.
yeah, and I don't really know how it's going to affect Rumble because I'm not much of a Rumble player, so I don't know what his failings were or what they weren't anyway.
Just rumbling around.
Just a
let's get on to Twitch. I know everybody's kind of curious about this.
baby. Twitch received visual update. He's got legs. There's that.
What?
Yeah, he's.
I'm actually excited for this because Twitch was the first ADC I learned how to play.
Yeah, he was like your first character.
Yeah, like Twitch has always got a place at my heart, and to see that he has legs now is a big deal.
Twitch is one of those characters you hate fucking seeing, man, because you don't get any warning that he's going to show up. He just shows up, and it's like, and you're just like, what the fuck? And like, if you're a
Yeah,
squishy
Twitch
character,
used to be really
you're dead.
strong.
Yeah, when you would always see like Wild Turtle play Twitch or some shit, then he would just like team fight would be going on, and he'd fucking like go invisible and circle around the team, and they're like, "Yeah, we're winning." And he just hit that fucking ult and just kill everybody from behind him when they just weren't expecting it. Like they forgot he existed. It was weird. All right, so is his Q, his ambush. It's got new utility. It's got new particles and sounds for the movement when or the moment Twitch enters stealth. So
It's pretty real.
it looks better, I guess. Contaminate. It's no longer called expunge. That's his E. It's
Thank
now
God.
called contaminate. It's added a range indicator, and it looks pretty.
Which is actually
And it
good
looks
because for anyone who's played Twitch, like you didn't know how far that range was unless like you hovered over the button itself. So sometimes you hit expunge.
You just get right up
or
on him and use
contaminate now. Like they would be getting away, you know what I mean? You'd be like, I can still expunge him and kill him, and it would be out of range and it wouldn't do it. So he's like, cool.
Was expunge? Is that like his poison?
No,
It
his
was the release of all the poison.
his poison was his passive, and it did true damage. But when it had stacks on it,
Build
so you
stacks,
use auto attack and get the poison
6, I think
passive.
is what it is.
I can't remember how many stacks. And then you'd hit your E, and based on how many stacks they had on them, it would do damage to them.
Yeah, it would just like release all that damage at one time and take it as magic damage.
Yeah. And his R is now called Rat-a-tat-tat instead of Spray and Pray, and it also has new particles.
Pretty.
Pretty.
I mean,
Shiny.
better than spray and pray, I guess.
What was that comment that it's at the bottom of the patch notes? Hold on.
Oh.
Where the guy's like,
I know what you're talking about.
Spray and Pray was hilarious and clever. Rat-a-tat-tat is like, well, rat-ha-meh.
It's like,
And
what
it's
are
got
you fucking
I don't know.
smoking, man?
It's got 325 upvotes. And I'm just like, why?
You know what? It was just 420 a few days ago. What when I blaze it?
What when it blazer, Easter blazer.
That stinky ass sewer rat Twitch. Just lighten up.
Too real.
Yeah, I want.
Too
I might have to play it just to see how his skins look now. Wriggle's Lantern with 4.5, it did get the Feral Flare, which is apparently super strong. And now they've changed it a little bit. They've increased the gold cost of Wriggle's Lantern from 1650 to 1800. But also the Feral Flare transformation goes from 25 large monster kills to 30.
So it takes 5 more to get Feral Flare. So
it costs a little bit more to get the lantern, and it takes a couple more monster kills to get the.
I mean, if you have to kill 30 instead of 25, it's going to take you longer anyways. I don't know if you guys know what constitutes a large monster. Is it just like a buff monster?
Large
elder lizard, the big wolf,
the big wolf, the big wraith, the white camp, any of the elder
the
lizards, a dragon, baron.
Dragon counts as 2 actually.
Oh,
I didn't know if it was like just like blue buff and red buff and dragon and baron or what. But
no,
I mean,
it's any of the big monsters of
just
camp.
sit in that jungle all day.
Yeah, that's all that's going to happen.
Every day.
Is now people are just going to stay in the jungle slightly longer and come out and just be stronger because they have even more
that's
gold.
like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really like the way the meta is going right now, to where it's just like, dude, it's changing from how dynamic it used to be to where like people would roam and people would always like just run all over the map and do crazy shit. And now it's become like, okay, stay in your lane as long as you can and farm up as much as you can, and then everybody group up and team fight and end the game. It's just like, what happened to like laning phase? Like, laning phase is so fucking boring right now.
Yeah, you don't see a lot unless you have like really good players that know how to, or actually know what they're doing. Then you can see some crazy stuff. But typically, everyone plays it safe early.
Yeah.
Until they get another golden
I think they need to buff some of the
up.
assassins against like tankier champs to where they can actually kill them. Because I
they
understand.
They need to change a couple things. I think they really need to fix fucking ADCs and make them not so useless early game.
Yeah,
ADCs,
actually,
they
that's a good
use
point.
heal now, which is the weirdest thing. They don't use barrier anymore. All ADCs use heal.
Yeah. So that's changed. Confirmed on Wild Turtle stream.
Yeah. If Wild Turtle's doing it, everyone
They should. Maybe they should just like make ADCs the fucking tank shredders that they used to be. Because they really aren't anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys have played that much, but like dude, Vayne used to just tear a fucking tank's asshole open. And
well,
now
she
it's
still
just like,
does.
but not as effectively as she used to. Like, she used to like literally take out a tank in fucking 3 or 4 seconds. Now it takes like 5 to sometimes even 10, depending on the abilities used and shit.
Well, I think she still does, because she still does percent health on hit, or every 3 hits or whatever, and she gets the Blade of Ruin King one thing, so that's even more. So if there is an ADC that's a tank shredder, it's definitely Vayne.
It used to be Cogmal too. I used to play the shit out of Cogmal.
Doesn't he have a thing that does a armor debuff?
Well, he's based off of attack speed. Like, because you basically build him to where, because he doesn't have any mobility. So you're just like, all right, well, if I'm gonna go in on this guy, I'm just gonna fucking duke it out with him. So you just stand there and just fucking auto attack the fuck out of him, and then throw your ults in there. So
there
you
you go.
build yourself fully off of attack speed.
Yeah, and now it's fucking hard to be an early game ADC because you suck. Like, I hate it. Anyway, so heal debuff is different now. It's 50% less effective on allies previously healed within the past 35 seconds. So I guess that's if people, like the whole team was maybe taking heal or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Twisted Tree Line stuff has changed. No one fucking cares.
There's a bunch of different items that are changed on it, so.
And some bots changed. Who cares? Alright. So let's move on. What's the next thing? Special segment. New champion coming out. Braum. Yeah. So they say he's a support, but he sounds like he could be a fucking jungle or a top lane to me. So he's basically this guy. He's got a giant fucking shield, and he stuns people and makes a wall. So let's go over some of his abilities.
Well, before we start, I see Braum is like, when I read all of his abilities and stuff, I just immediately thought of Shen. Because of like how he's built just straight tank, and like all you're there to do is just, your utility for your team, and you're there to support them to set up a kill, but you're mainly there just to fucking take a beating and just block for them.
Yeah, well, I guess it's going to depend on what his ratios are and if he's fucking AD or AP based and stuff like that, because they haven't released that yet. So that'll... and his base stats. So once that's all released, maybe we'll be able to figure out a little bit better. So right now they just say what his abilities are. So first off, his passive, concussive blows. He can hit somebody once, and then after they get hit once, it puts a stack of concussive blows on them. And then either him or his allies can hit and to give more stacks. And once it hits 4 stacks, they're stunned.
That's huge, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like Udyr going in fucking bear stance and just running around and hitting everybody just one time and just fucking cycling through the stun on everybody almost.
Yeah, you're right.
So
They don't have
crazy.
numbers out
And
for this, like how long the stun is.
no, not yet.
It just says moderate amount or something like that.
Yeah, it says they'll be stunned and they suffer bonus magic damage. And a
Okay.
moderate duration. So,
Yeah.
it doesn't really say. So, that's his passive. His Q is called Winter Bite, and he propels a freezing ice. It says Braum propels freezing ice from his shield in a straight line skill shot, dealing magic damage based on Braum's max health. So, there's that tank thing, I guess. Slowing and applying a stack of concussive blows to the first target hit. So
Wow,
there you
that's
go.
huge.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
you slow them, and then once you hit those 4 hits, then
Yeah.
they're stunned too. So like that's like the ultimate in chasing technology.
Yeah, that is the ultimate in chasing technology. Get on somebody or cast that shit on somebody while your team's chasing them, they're fucked. Because they're slowed, which lets your team catch up, and then they can hit them, which puts more stacks that concussive blows on them, and they're definitely fucking dead. So yeah, that's an awesome ability. And it does bonus magic damage based on your max health, so he's definitely going to be a tanky character. His W is called Stand Behind Me, and Braum leaps to the aid of a nearby ally, positioning himself between his target and their nearest enemy champion, and granting both of them bonus armor and magic resist based on your total armor and magic resist.
Oh,
So that's
Jesus.
another tank thing. You're basically going to jump on, help somebody.
So one of the things I want to point out with this is you're not taking the next ability that hits the person that you're jumping to. You're just increasing their defenses and resistances.
Well, you're jumping between that person and the closest enemy.
So if it's a skill
really?
shot, it might
So if
intercept
it's
it, but
if it's a
not
skill shot that
guaranteed.
they're getting ready to shoot at you, or a thresh hook, or a blitzcrank grab or something, you can jump to your ally, and it'll fucking put yourself between them, and you'll take it for 'em.
That'd
It's
be
like a
pretty cool.
To
self-sacrifice.
me, like this is just like a gap closer to use as Unbreakable, which is his next ability.
yeah,
Like you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
Like,
probably
this is
gonna
like
be his combo.
to jump over there, like to block a thresh.
Yeah.
Hook, you know what I mean?
Yeah. His next ability, E, is called Unbreakable, and is you raise your shield in a target direction, negating the damage from the first attack from the shield's direction and reducing the damage of all subsequent attacks as long as shield is raised. Braum intercepts projectiles with Unbreakable, causing them to hit him and then be destroyed. He also gains minor speed boost until he lowers his shield. So it's basically like, it sounds like a mobile Yasuo wall.
Yeah.
Well, does this say that it says that he
But it
intercepts
only blocks one
projectiles,
attack.
and it says causing them to hit him and then be destroyed. So they actually hit on Braum.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Well,
they
it
do
says
damage,
it doesn't
but
do the damage
ability
for the
doesn't
first attack, and then it says reduces damage of all subsequent attacks. But it also says intercepts projectiles and causes them to hit them, but then be destroyed. So I don't know how, like, does that mean Thresh Hook will hit you and do the magic damage, but not pull you in?
work. No grab.
Yeah, or like,
Now,
will... I don't know,
Okay.
it just depends. Like, will fucking Jinx's W or whatever hit you and apply the slow also? Or does it get... Or what does intercepted and destroyed mean?
Because like down here when you read it, it says when activated, Unbreakable protects all of Braum's allies behind the shield from basic attacks and targeted and pass-through abilities like Varus' Piercing Arrow, Tark's Dazzle, and Caitlyn's Piltover Peacemaker, but not placed abilities like Nidalee's Bushwhack and Swain's Never Move.
Right. So you can cast something behind them. It just won't go through the
Yeah.
shield. It's just like Yasuo's wall.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I like all these walls that block projectiles, dude. It's just making ADCs weaker and fucking weaker.
Yeah, it is. But they're useless anyway, so fuck it. So, alright. And his R is called Glacial Fissure, and as you slam your shield into the ground, sending out a huge long-range skill shot that knocks up enemies and damages all enemies caught before leaving behind a strong, slow field. So basically, it sounds like Vi's ult, but a skill shot, and you don't go in.
Yeah, it's kind of like Vi's and Rumble's ult.
Yeah, I guess.
because it leaves something on the ground and slows them.
Yeah. So I just want to fucking imagine Braum
Like
and
Nautilus,
Yasuo on the same team. Fucking walls all over the place.
Just walls
Ults
for days.
Fucking just stupid. Like it's like good luck playing
Knockups
good
for
luck
his
playing a
ult.
ranged character.
Could you imagine if that was a bot lane? Like them two down there, it's just like one line of walls. Oh my god!
Yeah.
What if that's the new meta when he gets released? It's like Yasuo Braum bot lane,
God.
or like top lane. They do like double top now in
Jesus.
ADC bot lane.
But they keep saying like Braum's a support character, but when I look at it, he sounds like he would be a really good jungler and shit. Like his ganks sound fucking retarded. Like you come out, jump to your teammate, and fucking like slow him down, and then they get stunned if they get hit by the team. He sounds like
block any damage incoming.
Yeah, he sounds like he's perfect for engagements.
You could even, depending on the range of W, you could even jump over like tiny walls to your teammates.
Yeah, it doesn't say what the range is or whatever it is. Like it's gonna, I don't know. Just depending on how shit's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. Like especially if you can get a teammate to bait somebody and you can jump in, they're fucked.
Yeah, I wasn't super excited about this champ, but after reading these and kind of going over them, I want to see how it pans out.
Yeah, he sounds good. I'll play him.
I'm excited because I've been wanting to play another tanky support champion because I love Leona. I love me some Leona.
Yeah,
but that's about like Thresh is kind of tanky, but he's not really like tanky unless you build him that way.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he gets added to the fucking support triangle down there, where it's like Morgana, Thresh, Leona. They need something new there.
Need a tank. They need more tanks that people want to play.
Yeah, well, that was the special segment. We did that first instead of the free champion rotation, so fuck that up. But let's do it now.
Okay.
Free champ rotation. So this week, we got Ashe, Aurelia, Karma, Master Yi, Nami, Pantheon, Quinn, Vladimir, Zed, and Ziggs. Pretty good selection. Pretty good selection.
Pretty good, actually. This is a pretty decent rotation.
So let's just go around the table first. Dabney, which one would you recommend?
Sadly, like a lot of these champions are really high skill cap. Master Yi, obviously,
you quit taking my shit.
I was about to say, how can you say Master Yi is high skill capped?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like Master Yi is an easy pick for like someone to like begin. But me personally, Karma is a lot of fun. Even though her abilities are skill shots, they're not that hard of skill shots.
She's actually coming in to be like both a mid lane champion and a support. Like I don't know if something changed that made her something good, but people are picking her a lot more often now.
Yeah, she has a lot of forgiveness with her abilities. Like she has a shield, she has a stun, she has her damage ability, which is really weird for support champions. So I like playing her because she has so much poke. She's like Nidalee for me bot lane. You can just like poke people down and it's just a lot of fun. But like for her, once you get used to landing her Q, like everything else comes easy. Like you just shield your ADC, stun when they come in with your W, and then just Q them down. And you have your ult from the beginning, which amplifies all of your other abilities. So, I mean, for me, like, she's just really easy to get a hold of once you learn, like, her abilities.
Cool.
Okay. Tournament, who would you recommend?
Who would I recommend would be Master Yi. But my pick for this group would probably be Nami.
So it's Nami, not Master Yi.
I mean, it's like my favorite. I mean, I don't know if the question is it your favorite champ to play or what you recommend for somebody to play?
Who would you suggest to play for a week and have fun with?
If you are 14 and just got home from Chuck E. Cheese for your birthday party, Master Yi. Because you can have fucking Down syndrome and play that fucking stupid ass champion. The mad is real, I know it. But just let it flow through me. But no, fuck Master Yi. I like Nami because she's got a lot of utility.
His difficulty is a 2, and his attack is like all the way up. It's like easiest champ to play, most damage output.
Best coefficient.
Like, all right.
Yeah,
I'd say Nami just because of her taunt or her whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was getting into.
Where you can just hit it really fast and she's like,
that's what I was getting into. She's a super awesome support champ. She's kind of squishy, but the best thing, like the most satisfying thing to do after you help with a kill, because you're not getting a kill by yourself, but when you help with a kill, you just and just shoot up in the air.
Smash her, laugh,
Yeah,
dance, or whatever.
yeah. But I got one more thing too for this. The highest morale booster in the game, one of them at least, is when I see a fucking friendly Pantheon circle jump in. And I'm just like, all right, let's go. I don't know. It just like pumps me up. I'm like, let's go fuck shit up.
All right, chumps up. Let's do this.
Well, I'll say one of the most demoralizing things in the game is to play Pantheon and jump in and no one fucking helps. But
You just left them.
yeah. All right, so my pick, I'm gonna pick Master Yi. Because he's fucking
You
easy.
do it like that.
Especially fucking
You gonna
with
do
the
it like
Feral Flare, you could have never played this game before. All you have to do is pick Master Yi and go into the jungle and then pop out sometimes and get a kill. Like, he's that easy.
He's pretty much retarded.
Master Yi was what got that video on YouTube of the Asian game where the Master Yi gets a pentakill. And it was like, Pentakill!
I thought it was Vayne.
Asa!
Was it Yi or was it Vayne?
It was Yi. Because remember, he queued and just killed like their entire fucking team.
Obliterated everyone.
I can't remember.
Like, oh, balanced champ.
Yeah. Well, he used to be really
Based
weird
off
because he
AP.
was like an auto attack champion, and then people figured out his AP ratios for his alpha strike and shit was retarded off the chart. So then they changed that to AD, but he's still fucking strong. So
Yeah, he's still
yeah,
broke.
so you can clear he's got super fast jungle clear times. He fucking has good sustain with his W. He does a shit ton of damage. The only thing that's wrong with him for jungling is he doesn't have any CC. He doesn't have a slow or a stun or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't matter when you kill somebody in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you do so much fucking damage that you should be able to kill somebody anyway. And like if you Q, that's a great gap closer. You can kill somebody with Yi.
So you're saying...
Feral Flare, Static Shiv. Game
Okay,
over.
so you're saying like Feral Flare is like must build on Yi now?
Yeah, because it's got
Okay.
the attack damage and the attack speed. It does have
I
attack
might
speed
actually
right
try
now.
him out.
That's all you need in
Yeah,
life.
so he wrecks. Done.
Cool.
Done with Yi. All right.
All right.
Get wrecked.
Bringing it right back around.
Yeah, bring it right back around. Dabney, who would you not pick and why?
Who would I not pick? Zed.
Fuck, man.
Although he's a really strong champion, and like all the pros play him, but there's a reason all the pros play him is because he has like a high skill cap. Like he's really good if you know how to play him. A week is not enough time to learn how to play Zed.
Yeah.
At
He
all.
is ridiculously strong if you know how to play him. But if you don't,
And he is unforgiving if you don't.
yeah, if you don't,
Because like
you might as well just fucking uninstall the game because you just fucked yourself and your team.
Yeah, your team is about to rage like something serious.
I get that.
yeah, I would say Zed.
I get that feeling
Most
whenever I
definitely.
play a good Zed and he just completely outplays me because it's so obvious when it happens that
Yeah.
it's just like he just jukes the fuck out of you and you're just like, it's so frustrating, but you can't get mad at it because you just know that player is just like better than you.
He's either good or he's played with that character a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you think you're like a good League player, but you haven't really been playing long, and you want to see a really good Zed player, go look up fucking Faker and just
Oh, yeah.
watch the shit he
Yeah.
does on Zed. It's like,
Some of it just doesn't even seem like it's possible.
yeah, I've never seen. God, I can't remember who was playing against, but it was like Faker was Zed, and he was playing against another person that was Zed, and Faker just fucking outplayed him at every fucking turn. For like, it was like a 2-second fight, but like so
They had to
much
slow
shit
it down
happened in
for
that
everybody
2
like us.
seconds. Yeah, so much shit happened in that 2 seconds that like they slow it down, and you're just like, holy shit! Like how the like fucking just
I can't even
it's
process
like,
all
how
this.
the fuck did he do that? Like, so yeah, if you're good, you can play Zed. But if you're fucking new to the game, Zed might be somebody you want to stay away from for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least buy him and spend more than a
Yeah,
week
just
learning
buy
him.
him and slowly learn him.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be painful.
All right. Conerman, who would you not pick?
I was gonna say Zed, but Zed's on like he's one of those champs that's on my like bucket list, I guess you could say. Before I stop playing League, I want to learn how to play him, at least to play him up somewhat effectively. But since Joshua already picked him, I'm gonna go with Quinn just because Quinn scares the shit out of me.
So you don't want people to play Quinn just because
Yeah,
you don't want to play against
against
them?
you, or-
She's really weak, guys. You shouldn't play her. She's just really bad.
Terrible champ.
No, I don't, and I think the biggest reason is I don't understand how Quinn works. Like I just know that all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, there's a fucking hawk flying at the speed of goddamn sound. Here he comes, and then I'm dead.
She's kind of different from a lot of other ADCs, and a lot of people don't even take her in like ADC roles. A lot of people take her top lane or mid because she's so different, and people don't really know how to deal with her because no one ever fucking plays her. But every once in a while, you'll see someone just play her, and you know they're just gonna fucking kill you probably because they're Quinn.
The issue that I have is like she'll just come in, she'll like fuck me up and take out half my health, and then she'll like do that thing where she kicks off you and does a backflip, and then she'll finish you off.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's like part of her rotation or if they're just fucking with me and laughing at me.
Well,
No, it's a rotation.
basically they auto attack until you come in, and once you come in and think you can hit, they'll fucking do that backflip thing off your face.
Is that a blind?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
her Q is a blind, which
that's
is a skill shot, and her thing where she backflips off you is just a click ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
And knowledge is power.
It is.
So who you got?
What do you got, Houston?
I'm gonna say Vladimir. Because just like you for Quinn, I have no idea how to fucking make Vladimir work. I see people play him all the time, and like they'll do really good, and they'll fucking get like triple kills and shit, and get out of the worst goddamn situations. And I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, let me do it.
Dyrus.
Yeah, like Dyrus. And then I'll be like, oh well, let me try Vladimir, and I'll play Vladimir, and I'll just get fucking tower dived and shit on and fucked 24/7. I have no idea how you're supposed to play Vladimir. It's like, well, I fucking built like a health and AP, which his passive gives you more AP and more health. Like whatever you have, it gives you the opposite. So just like, I'm supposed to get fucking AP and health, and I'll do that, and I'll still feel like I do fucking no damage and just get shit on. Like I fucking get hit once and I'm almost dead. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
When Olsen played Vladimir,
No.
and he didn't know how any of the abilities worked, and he was like almost dead. So because Vladimir his abilities go off of health, like they take health away to use his abilities.
I think all of them used to, but his Q doesn't now.
Well, Olsen like used one of his abilities when he had like 5 health, and because he did that and he didn't get any health back, he just killed himself from doing it. And he's like, "This is the worst champion ever!" Like I don't understand how he works.
That Vladimir he did that with, or Mordekaiser? Because I remember he had a phase where he was trying to play Mordekaiser too, and he did like the same thing.
I was like, "How's that even possible?" I've never seen anyone do that before.
Yeah, I remember him playing Vlad briefly, but I really remember him playing Mordekaiser and going mid and not realizing that his abilities took his own HP, and he'd fucking kill himself like 3 times in a row. And he's like, why do I keep dying? I'm like, because you keep using your spells and you have no health. And he's like, they take health? Like,
Help!
Help! Oh, Olsen.
you're our friend.
Oh, Jacob.
Oh,
You and your
Jacob.
penguin antics.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this week.
We got one more story, I think.
What was
Unless
it?
you want to mention the All-Stars.
Oh,
release.
yeah, I forgot about the All-Stars thing. Let me bring it up here. All right, All-Stars. If anyone follows professional league stuff, they've been voting on like who's going to be on the All-Star teams, and they just announced who's going to be on the teams. There's 2 teams, Team Ice and Team Fire. And Team Ice is Double Lift from CLG, Froggen from Alliance, Mad Life from CJ Frost. I don't know what team that is.
Mad Life.
Kaome from WE, and Archie from SGJ. And then,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I feel like they're like EU teams, so I don't know who they are, but I know who like Froggen is, and I know
I
who
thought
Mad Life is.
WE was an Asian team.
It probably could be.
It could
like,
be.
all I really watch is NA, so most of these other people, I'm like, I've heard of Froggen, and I've heard of Mad Life, but if you were like, what team are they, and where do they play, I couldn't fucking tell you.
I'm pretty sure I think that they're a Chinese team, I think. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah. We're not real followers of the professional scene. We just kind of watch NA some. So, all right.
Yeah.
And then the other team, Team Fire, is Diamond from Gambit, Bjergsen from TSM, Shy from CJ Frost, Weaxiao
Watch out.
from WE and QTV from SGJ.
So what I was coming up with before, we were talking about this before the podcast. I'm going to bring this up because this is a legit.
Hold on, I want you to say
concern.
it just like you fucking said it before.
I don't know what I said before.
It was retarded. I remember that. They're like, how did they figure out who's going to be on these teams? We're like, they vote on them. We're like, they vote on them. And you're like, no, not like that. You remember in fucking basketball where they do zigzags and shit? We're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right, so yeah, I basically said, how do they figure out who's on the teams? And these two dickheads fucking told me, look at this idiot. You know, they pick them. We voted for them. And I was like, no, I mean, how, like, if anybody's familiar with football and their Pro Bowl or their All-Star game, which, by the way, is going to be held where I'm, like, it's like 20 minutes away. But anyways, that's beside the point. No, nobody does care except for me. The way that they figure shit out is they have an AFL and an NFL, so it's based off of regions. So that's how their two all-star teams are selected. So that's not how this is going to happen. This is not like, okay, all of the EU teams are going to be on All-Star EU and all the NA teams are going to be All-Star NA. It's basically they just took all of the highest voted players and they just fucking randomized and just threw them on the two different teams.
It's a mixed bag. All regions. That's why it's called All Stars. Not NA stars, EU stars. You dumb fuck.
I had a legitimate question. I just didn't have the correct
Messiah
delivery.
and Toys are going to be for the Hexakill game mode.
Is that what they're doing? Hexakill?
Well, as well. They're doing regular 5-on-5, and then they're going to do a Hexakill game, and Messiah is going to be on Team Ice, and Toys is going to be on Team Fire.
Yeah. All-Stars always confuses me.
Game modes now.
Yeah, All-Stars always confuses me. I remember one time it was like I think it was double lift and God, I just had a fucking brain fart where I can't think of his name. Who's the support for TSM? X Special.
X Special.
Yeah, X Special.
Yeah.
It was double lift and X Special on like a 2v2 versus like other people. So that was what All-Stars was one time, and now it's going to be like normal 5v5s and Hexakill. So it's just for fun, and I think they just throw in random game types, and they're just like, have fun. But so I guess that's all All-Stars is. I don't really understand the point of it. I know there's a prize pool where they get money if they win, but I think it doesn't really count for anything.
I think it's cool what they did with that thing, that video you linked us with the Earth game mode, where they basically like set that up and they were just like fucking with the guys, like they were just hitting their flashes and like.
Oh yeah, like the TSM versus Cloud9 Earth match.
Yeah, I think that was cool.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what happens in All-Stars. I think they treat it semi-serious, but it doesn't really count for anything.
Right.
Whereas Earth was just like a joke. Have fun.
I wish they would do Earth for the game mode on.
I mean, they might.
Pretty real.
That would be crazy.
The problem is there's like some champs that are just so overpowered.
Well, I mean,
like it's not
there's some champs that are so overpowered in the league now. So,
but it's like a different level.
There's no different.
Like you're talking about
Earth
like
level
and shit. Like it's just like what the fuck.
Well, I mean,
stop it.
They might play Earth. I don't think
they should
said all the game types that they're playing yet, have they? I think they were saying there was like 3. So there's the normal, then Hexakill, and maybe another one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not expert on what's going on in All-Stars, but it's happening. Teams have been announced. Things are going on. If you're
maybe they'll play an A rank.
If you're interested, look into it more.
Cool.
Yeah.
Were you adding something to that?
Well, I was looking at a link off of that report, but it's nothing.
Video.
Okay. Is there anything else to go over?
I think that really about wraps it up.
All right. Well, then, that's the show this week, everybody. You can visit our website at mediocregamecast@podbean.com. Send us emails at mediocregamecast@gmail.com. That is mediocregamecast, not mediocreleaguecast@gmail.com. And just in the subject, just say Leaguecast or Gamecast, depending on whatever you're writing it to.
And please send us some sort of email that encourages Olsen to play League, so maybe we can get him on for at least one episode.
Yeah,
or at least we can have some fun with him. Or I mean,
so we can make fun of him again.
We mean we can all have fun together.
Yeah, we can all be friends.
Yeah, and if he plays a game with us, I'll actually record the game with the audio and I'll put it on my YouTube channel. See that segue? And my YouTube channel is Tugos132 on YouTube. And I don't really put many videos up because my internet sucks and it takes like 10 hours to upload a video. And I can't...
But this would be worth it.
But that would be worth it. I just do it while I was sleeping, I guess. So, yeah. So go to our website. From there, you can follow us on iTunes. You can fucking donate to us if you really like us because we're your friends, right? And
because we need money.
And we should have our new schedule out, which is trying to be more consistent because usually what it is all our schedules are fucked up. And we're all on different schedules, so that's why we haven't been around for like a month. So now we're either going to record the Gamecast on Monday or Tuesday and release it on Wednesdays. And we're going to record the Leaguecast on either Wednesdays or Thursdays and release it on Friday. So we're recording this now, Thursday night, and it should be up by tomorrow. Yeah. So that's
the plan.
That's the plan. So we'll talk to you guys next time.
Thank you.
Toodaloo.